Hey guys, this is John. I'm playing Seriosha in a 3-minute pool in ICC. It is a Sicilian, and let's play an open Sicilian. Another Najdorf. Okay, bishop g5. Let's do it. Knight bd7. I'm not completely sure how to combat that move because f4 is possible, but I'm going to play something a little different. I'm going to play queen d2 and see how he reacts. Usually you put the queen on f3 in this line, but like I said, knight bd7 comes with its own set of instructions, basically. Black's trying to forego the e6 move, so I'm just trying to take it into offbeat territory as well. Let's play f3. Yeah, let's go f3. Just reinforce that e4 point. Maybe a3 now, too. I'm playing this a little bit slower than usual. King b1 is always useful in these positions. Let's play h4. I'm going to initiate a pawn storm. See if I can get him to play h6, at which point I'll drop my bishop back to e3 and then play for g4, g5, assuming he's going to castle on this wing. He's actually letting me do this. A little surprised. Okay, here I can do some interesting stuff, like bishop takes b5, a takes b5, knight takes b5, and then try to go after d6. I kind of like that idea. I could also take on f6 first if I want to do that. Let's just do it.
Check.
And we'll have the option of taking on f6 later. Here maybe bishop e3. If bishop e3 has knight c4 though, so it doesn't quite work. Okay, so do I take on d6 or take on f6 first? Hard to say. If knight takes d6, bishop takes d6, queen takes d6, he can take g5, but I take here. If I take f6, he takes with the bishop, knight takes d6, king e7. I can take b7 in that case. That is an important nuance, I think. Okay, let's do that. He might be able to take c3 at the end of that line. I'm not sure.
Check.
We'll find out. King e7 is virtually forced now. I mean, king f8, he's just disconnecting his rooks, so he's not going to play that way. I can take c8, but he just takes back, so I'll take here instead. Yeah, I was wondering about this move. Queen d6, he'll trade, and then the rook can move after that. I can play queen takes c3, but then he can trade, and he'll be attacking these two weak pawns at the end of the line. Nevertheless, I think I should go for this variation. Yeah, I think it's still the best thing to do. Wow, he plays knight c4. Interesting choice right there. Okay, let's play king here. So guarding the a3 pawn. I guess he's going to claim that my knight has trouble staying safe. Does he have just rook b8 now? He might. All right, well, I might have to give up a piece, unfortunately. Didn't want to have to do that. Now this knight can jump around too. Maybe I can get like something going with rook h8. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, he's just going to win that pawn. Now I got to go for like a mating net or something. Let's go here. Rook down to b8, I guess. He can take and then play rook b6 thereafter. Rook takes a3, king b1, rook b6, check and trade the rooks. Maybe I underestimated bishop takes c3 way back on move 19. I think I did.
Check.
Yeah, this was not a good way to have this game end up.
Time warning.
Let's put it that way. Let's play rook b3. No, that doesn't work. Okay, we'll go here. He can take c2 if he wants. I'm sure this is losing for me. Yeah, especially with 13 seconds left. Shouldn't be much of a chance, but we'll see. Okay, I'll go here, I guess. Now he's pretty safe. Knight e7. Okay, let's do this.
Check. Check. Check.
We'll come in with our king. You can just take on c7. Yeah, all right, I'll resign this one. Well, I think we got a pretty good position after the opening developed in like an offbeat way. But bishop takes c3 at the end. It's kind of unfortunate because this bishop takes b5 move is very tempting. And I'm pretty sure it's one of these situations where like I know he didn't calculate the ramifications of it, but it just kind of happens to like work out okay for him. Let's take a look at the analysis though. So knight bd7 right here. A trendier way to try to avoid playing e6. I mean, this move has been around for a while, but like the old main line in the bishop g5 Sicilian, or bishop g5 Najdorf rather, is e6, and then f4, bishop e7. But with this variation, black might forego e6 entirely. In fact, they might even play e5. I have tried f4 before on this channel, but I just wanted something kind of unique. So queen d2, queen c7, castles, yeah, b5. And it actually ended up looking more like an English attack with my bishop on g5 rather than e3, but there's some similarities. So I push the pawn up to h5, and he goes knight b6. Yeah, it looks like the position is good for me. Maybe I sacrificed the wrong piece. Knight d takes is better. A takes, knight takes. I guess in this case I can take here and then take here, and there's no knight on c3 that will hang at the end. If queen c5, knight takes d6. Oh, okay, because after bishop takes, then I can take here in between move, hitting the rook, and also the bishop remains undefended.
Check.
So instead I took with a bishop, though. But yeah, knight d takes. Oops. A takes b5, knight takes b5, and we're going to come crashing through soon. I suppose if knight c6, probably the same thing. Yeah, and if bishop takes d6, that's virtually the same. Bishop takes f6. If king f8,
check.
Just take the rook, and I have 3 extra pawns on the queen side. We're up material.
Check.
But instead I took with a bishop. And then here, queen c5. Yeah, and there's not really much for white, according to the engine. Queen f4, maybe? Hard to find that move, though. I mean, when you go in for a line like this, you're probably going to play the forcing move. Yeah, and take on c3. Without that resource, black would probably just be losing, but this seems to turn the tables. So here I should go in for knight takes c5, bishop takes d2, knight takes e6, and try to get 4 pawns for the piece. Knight c4 with complications. Nominally, white's up a pawn, but black's coordination is much greater than ours. Wow, so this looks like a difficult position. Knight c4. Amazing that I can be ahead 3 pawns right now and have the move. But I'm minus 2.5. I'm basically losing. Yeah, because my knight is a liability, rook b8 is the threat, and also these pawns, my king safety is basically 0. So, yeah, I might just be losing here. I think that's probably the case. I can't save my knight now. I just wound up losing this, and I didn't generate anything else after this. I tried, but there was never enough counterplay to save the game. So that's a tough situation in a 3-minute game. When I was contemplating the sacrifice on b5. So he definitely should not have allowed this pawn to get up to h6 and undermine this knight. With the pawn on g7, at least whenever I take on f6, he can always take back with the g-pawn. So probably his mistake was right here. He should have played h6. And then I would have dropped my bishop back, as I was saying, and probably played for g4, g5. He can go d5, though, and attack in the center. Yeah, this might give black reasonable play. But in retrospect, I wish I would have sacrificed the d knight on b5. That would have been much stronger. I've seen bishop takes b5 in various forms in this type of line, so that idea like just instantly popped into my head. But this is why chess is hard, is because you gotta be able to adjust your thinking based on the circumstances, and I did not do that in this case, but if I had, I would have been plus 4.2. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz game. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.